Hello everybody, it's me, Peter, and today I'm just going to be quickly running over the titration experiment and how it works, just the basic stuff. Alright, so in titration, you're trying to figure out what a certain concentration of an acid or base is. Simple, right? So let's say if you're looking for the concentration of the random base, keep in mind that you will always know like the formula. Nobody will force you to find that out because it's not possible to do the titration without that. So you put whatever you know at the top, and whatever you don't know at the bottom. So for our experiment, all of the top acids and bases are 0.1 molar. And if you start with the base at the bottom, when you put the phenolphthalein in, which by the way, as I've written here, it's called base indicator. So that means that the color will be more pink or purple-ish, whatever, when there's a base, when the solution is more basic. So if you're looking for, if you have a mystery base, you plop. By the way, like you should probably put phenolphthalein in a graduated cylinder and then use a pipette to drop it in. 2 drops only. Yeah, just not too much. So when you first put in the phenolphthalein, it should immediately be purple because the bottom solution is basic. It's just base. And ideally, you want to have the titration on a drip setting so that it slowly turns into this like kind of pinkish but somewhat clear solution. For if you're looking for the acids like molarity or have like mystery acid, it's gonna be kind of opposite. So the known base, your 0.1 NaOH, will be at the top, and the stuff, the acid that you didn't know the concentration will be at the bottom. So you plop 2 drops in, and as soon as you see a hint of color and it still persists after you've shaken it, then you've got the correct like solution. So now the question remains, what do you do right after that? So right up here, I know this math might be a little bit intimidating, but this is all we know at the start of the experiment. So you've got your starting concentrations of the known acids and bases. So for bases and acids, like I said, it's 0.1 molar. So keep in mind, remember that molarity is moles over liters of a solution, of its own solution, not like the whole entire thing, by the way. So, and then down here, you've got the stuff that you don't know, so you don't know the molarity. However, you do know how much volume you use because you've like measured it beforehand. Or ideally, I would recommend using like 0.01 liter or 0.02 liters, which is basically 20 milliliters or 10 milliliters at the bottom. All right, so you know how much volume you use for both solutions at the bottom. So when you get the solution to that little pinkish color, you measure, like, let's say I use like this much over here, and that's like, you measure how much you use, plot that in to the liters up here, and then since you know the molarity, you can times that by the amount of like base that you used, which gets you the moles, and then depending on the solution, you do stoichiometry. So like, let's say HCl, right, plus NaOH. Remember that every acid and base solution produces a water and salt. Water comes from the H and the OH, so it'd be H2O and NaCl. So with stoichiometry, we know that all of these mole ratios are 1 to 1. All right, it's 1 NaCl to 1 water, 1 NaOH to 1 HCl, so on and so forth. All right, so you get the amount of moles right here, and then you plop it down here, and then you divide it by the amount you use, and then you should get the molarity. That's all it is. It's not really hard. You just gotta like, the hardest part is just titrating and make sure like you get a solution that's just slightly pinkish. For the reason why that is, and why we aim for a pinkish solution, is because, like I said, when you put phenolphthalein in the basic solution, it turns dark pink, right? Ideally, if you have equal acid and base, it should be like it should be that color. It should be slightly basic, or like that just means that like you have a little bit more acid, than no. No, my bad. You already have more base, a little bit more base than the 50-50 ratio, which is fine. Like, you can't really match it by color. This part is pretty qualitative. So just try to aim for that color, and then record what you used, put in the liters over here, and then use the molarity, which is already given to you, to times that, and then you should get the mole. Plug it down here, do simple math, and boom, there you go. That's the whole lab. Yeah,